These are some of the most dangerous songs ever recorded, banned, censored, and pulled from shelves. And while I can't play them here, there's a playlist linked below so you can hear them all uncensored. God Save the Queen, Sex Pistols, 1977 UK. Banned by the BBC during the Queen's Silver Jubilee because its venomous lyrics were deemed an assault on the monarchy. The ban sparked a media frenzy and sold the single even more copies. It flew off the shelves, despite being blacklisted. The Pistols even staged a notorious boat gig on the Thames as a punk protest, cementing the song's infamy.
You thought you'd gotten rid of us, didn't you? But you were wrong, old bean, because we're back with a vengeance.
God save the Queen, my son.
Louie Louie, The Kingsmen, 1963. Some US officials tried to ban this garage rock hit for non-explicit reasons. Its garbled vocals led many listeners to imagine obscene lyrics. Indiana's governor publicly urged radio stations to drop it, and the FBI even launched an indecency investigation. No proof of profanity was found, but meanwhile, local stations yanked it off the air. The bizarre moral panic only made Louie Louie legendary. Cop Killer, Body Count. Pulled from stores and banned from major retailers after igniting a national uproar over its violent anti-police message. Released during a wave of anger over police brutality and the Rodney King beating, Ice-T's hardcore metal band Body Count delivered a protest anthem that declared war on corrupt cops, and the backlash was immediate. Politicians from President George H.W. Bush to Vice President Dan Quayle condemned the track. Law enforcement groups staged boycotts, and Time Warner, under immense pressure, eventually pulled the song from the album. Ice-T maintained it was satirical and socially charged, but the controversy made it one of the most talked about songs of the decade, and a defining moment in the censorship of protest music.
I got my 12-gauge sawed off. I got my headlights turned off. I'm about to bust some shots off. I'm about to dust some cops off.
Relax. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. The BBC slapped a ban on this smash hit for its overtly sexual lyrics and water sports video. Program director Mike Reid refused to play it on air, and BBC Radio TV removed it from rotation. The result? Relax rocketed to number 1 for 5 weeks after the ban, turning the censorship into a promotional stunt.
Holly, why did the Frankies sign to ZTT?
Well, no one would touch us with the Bard's photo.
Punk Prayer, Pussy Riot, Russia. Banned by the Russian state and condemned by the Orthodox Church after a guerrilla performance inside Moscow's cathedral, Christ the Saviour, the feminist punk group's song, officially titled Mother of God, Drive Putin Away, was a scathing protest against authoritarianism and church-state collusion. Within weeks, members were arrested for hooliganism motivated by religious hatred, sparking international outrage. The performance video was scrubbed from Russian media, and Pussy Riot's broader catalogue was informally blacklisted across TV, radio and streaming platforms within the country. Their defiant anti-Putin message made them global symbols of resistance, but also led to prison sentences, surveillance and ongoing censorship in Russia. Strange Fruit, Billie Holiday. This haunting song about black Americans lynched by white mobs was banned on many southern radio stations. Its graphic images were deemed too disturbing for white listeners. In fact, integrated audiences often walked out when Holiday performed it. The outright censorship reflected how hot button its anti-lynching message was at the time. Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke. Banned from university campuses and blacklisted from feminist spaces for lyrics widely criticised as promoting non-consensual behaviour. While the song topped charts worldwide, its infamous line, "I know you want it," sparked outrage for echoing language associated with sexual coercion. The music video, featuring topless models and a smirking Thicke, only added fuel to the fire. Student unions across the UK and New Zealand formally banned the song from being played at events, citing its toxic message. Despite the controversy, Blurred Lines became one of the most polarising pop hits of the decade, a track that dominated the airwaves while igniting global conversations about sex, power and consent.
Is it sexually suggestive when a car salesman says to a person who's trying to buy a car, "I know you want it"?
Zudem, moi non plus. Serge Gainsbourg and Jane Birkin. Banned across multiple countries, including the UK, Italy, Spain and Sweden, for its explicit sexual content and breathy vocalisations, this French duet became one of the most controversial songs of the 20th century. With suggestive moans and lyrics like, "I love you, me neither," it was condemned by the Vatican and pulled from shelves by several record labels. In Italy, a record executive was even convicted of distributing obscene material. Despite the bans, the track became a massive hit and cemented Gainsbourg's reputation as a provocateur of European pop culture.